Hi, and welcome to the Yarn Habit Geek podcast. My name is Laura. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Ravelry as Yarn Habit Geek. There is also a Ravelry group for the podcast in which you can find all the show notes and take part in any contests I have planned up or giveaways. So let's get started with this week's episode. It might be short, might not be, because I've been a little monogamous with my knitting this week. So let's get started. All right, whips of the week, and it's only 2 whips. As I said, I was a little monogamous, but with that monogamy came a finished object for this week, so well, yay for that. But let's get started with whips, in which it's mostly socks I worked on. Well, specifically 2 socks. The first one, which I showed before, which is my umbrage socks. I've finished the heel flap and the heel, and I am currently working on the foot. So yay, and a little pattern has already started for the little lace on the foot part of the umbrage socks. So hopefully I can get back to work on this because, well, the next one I was hoping to finish today, but it was late at night. I was knitting this on, and I needed my sleep, but I have a hoe, and it's the fact that I took 3 days just to knit this one sock, and it is for the DC Bombshell Batwoman cosplay. I'm going to finally finish up. It was missing basically one prop and socks. Also, I'm gonna pick up a pair of black runners and put the bat symbol on the back of them, so it's a hoe. Now, the socks on the actual Batwoman artwork, they're basically knee highs, but unfortunately I can't do knee highs for myself because I have some very muscly calves from walking everywhere. So enough of the muscly calves. Let's get back to the socks. So I finished this one in 3 days, which is basically a record time for me. I have never finished one sock in that amount of time, but also I got the second sock pretty much, well, actually, I'm almost done with this one. I just got about 20 rows left to knit on the leg before I get to do the ribbing that involves the stripes. So this will probably be a part of next week's finished objects. So excited for that. And actually, that is it for whips of the week. I have, next up is finished objects, and there's a finished object that's not knitting or crochet related, but you get to see that in finished objects. Alright, it's finished object time, and if you've been watching my Facebook page, you'll have, especially since last night, I actually posted the finished pictures. And it is for that Batwoman cosplay I was talking about. It's a bat! And I actually used the original pattern is from on Ravelry, in which I will have it linked in my I'll have it linked in my project one that I'm going to start this one on. My little project page for this bat on my own personal page, where you can find all that I finished even before I started the podcast. But so I used the pattern that's Negan's Lucille Bat by a Crochet Rocks, but I made it into the Batwoman bat, and I will be doing the Lucille version in somewhere in the near future, along with the Suicide Squad Harley bat. But that, I love that I added this last night. I'm probably going to fill this in just a little, and this little bat symbol just a little more, but it's a con-safe bat, so yay! And plus, this is going to be easier to store in my suitcase when I travel. Of course, I rarely travel outside of Toronto to cons, but I have a con coming up, and I want to finally have a completed Batwoman. And so I'm including a little con-safe bat, which coincidentally might end up being used as a pillow. But yeah, that's one finish option. The next one is actually also DC Bombshell related, but not knitting or crochet. I don't post any sewing stuff unless, you know, it's my project bags onto either my Ravelry or, not my Ravelry, my Instagram or my Facebook. But this was posted on my other Instagram account, which is my personal one, where I post probably more cat pictures than it should be, than I really should, but I sewed a skirt. So it's a simple circle skirt I sewed up for my DC Bombshell Arisia Green Lantern cosplay that I am hoping to have done for London Comic Con next month. And actually, I have a bit of news for next month, but I'll be talking about that closer to when it happens. So that is it for finished objects. I now have some stash editions, which I'll be showing, so stay tuned for that. Alright, so I have some stash editions to show you before we end this week's episode. And the first one is my Bernay Super Value in Kelly Green, which I really needed more of for my temperature blanket for this year, and I actually do need to really catch up. I've been laxing on it because summer, but I should have no excuse because now we're basically in fall now. It really, basically, as soon as Fan Expo ended, temperature dropped up, so it's now officially hoodie season, but it's also the season of the pumpkin spice lattes. And why did I bring up pumpkin spice lattes? Well, I bought yarn for an upcoming project. And obviously, it's going to be for a pair of socks. But I bought these two because of the project. This one, it's the Loops and Thread Wool-like in the color chocolate. But this one, same brand, is called Pumpkin Spice. Although they really should have lightened it up because it seems more of a reddish orange hue, like a dark red orange. I would have liked this one, the Pumpkin Spice, to be a little lighter. But it's kind of like they mixed the Lion Brand's pumpkin and spice to make that one. But the reason I bought them was to make this pair of socks, and the pattern is called I Love You More Than Pumpkin Spice Socks by CC Almond, which is in this lovely book. You can also buy the pattern separately up on Ravelry. But that is also all I have for stash editions. And actually, that is also it for this week's episode. Hopefully, I will have more for next week, but let's face it, I've been a little monogamous with my knitting this week. because I was more focused on that pair of bombshell socks and also that bat. So, till then, stay crafty, my friends.